Let's see. First of all, I would like to tell our midterm test was scheduled for next week. Do you remember that? It was scheduled for May.
Yes, 3 de mayo.
Yeah, May the 3rd.
Oral test and written
midterm test. Yes. We're going to postpone that test for, in 1 week, because I would like to have one extra class before the test, okay? So we're going to postpone it until May the 10th. Is it okay with you?
It's better for us.
Yeah.
We have another test in
the next week. Test on May the 3rd?
The next week we have a biostatistical test.
Ah, okay. Okay, so it's better for you then. Better for you and better, I hope, for all the others. Okay. So it will be for May the 10th then.
Yes.
Yes? Good. Let me. Okay, so today we are going to, if you review what we have done until now, we have been describing, describing neighborhoods. Remember that? Your neighbors. Yes.
Yes.
And we saw all the vocabulary you use when you meet people for the first time, right? Also, we talked about the past. Yes.
Yes.
In the meantime, I uploaded some material about when to use ing. Remember, I like reading, for example, or I like to read.
Yes.
Do you remember that? Yeah, that was also something we practiced. Then we talked about education, and we saw some specific vocabulary of education. Yes. And we talked about, we use different adjectives, how to describe different types of education. Remember that?
Yes.
Also, we talked about, well, we talked about academic questions. Some, very windy. Different questions about, focused on college education, right? Then last class we talked about, we developed some work where you had to develop, to create a nation. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
The island.
Alicia. Okay, good. Well, today I would like to practice and to review this. Hello, Francisca. Hello, Emilio. Hello. I would like to review some vocabulary related to, description of places is in the meantime, but I would like you to describe changes through time in places. Yes? How things have changed. Yeah? So we're going to use some specific vocabulary, some more specific vocabulary, some specific structures. Okay? So that would be the first part. The second part will be a review between this tense that I said, how things, the changes that there have been, and in comparison to the past. For example, we were talking about rain. We can say that in the past it used to rain much more than now. So there has been a very severe drought in the last, 15 years, 14 years. There has been a drought, okay? And it used to rain much more than well, now it doesn't rain. It almost seldom rains. Okay, so first of all, I would like to start the class with some listening comprehension exercise, okay? We are going to talk about London. See, what do you know about London?
Nothing.
Nothing? Nothing, no, impossible.
London, Big Ben.
Okay, London, Big Ben, you know something, you see. What else? What is Big Ben?
It's
Okay,
a clock.
it's a clock tower, yeah.
Clock. Yes, tower.
Yeah. What else do
And
you
the
know
wo-
about London? Sorry?
The weather is rainy and cold.
Okay. The weather is rainy and cold. Okay. What else?
Or
Anything
the
else?
climate.
Sorry, Francisca?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
We'll close the window.
Ah, okay. Because there are some winds and then stops and then continues. Yeah, it's strange. Okay. So Francisco, you are living in France for a year. Yes?
For 4 months.
4 months. Didn't you travel to England because you were very close?
Yes, but no, not I just travel in France.
Okay.
I was living in Toulouse.
In the
That
south.
is in the south, and I traveled to Paris.
To Paris.
For
Okay.
yes.
No, England. What's about you, Emilio? Do you know anything about London?
London Calling.
I'm sorry?
London Calling, the song of the Clash.
I don't know. The
Clash is a punk
Really?
rock. It's a punk rock band.
It's a punk rock.
Of
And
England.
one of
What's the name of the
the
band?
most famous songs, it's called London Calling.
No. But what's the name of the group?
The Clash.
No idea. Sorry, I think it's a matter of age.
No, I think you know, but you don't know the band. But the song, it's very popular or famous.
Yeah, perhaps I
London
have.
Calling. Teren, teren, ten, ten, teren, teren, ten, ten, teren, teren, ten. London Calling.
Maybe. I love British. Is it British?
Yeah.
I love British rock and British singers and British bands, but I never know the names of the groups or the names of songs. Perhaps sometimes I listen to songs. Yeah, I know it, but I have no idea. Yeah, perhaps I know it.
Sure.
Okay. Well, so we're going to, let me share my screen. Please go to Material Docente, Tour of London. That's the name. We're going to talk about, well, as you may notice, we are going to talk about London, in this part of the class. We're going to start with this. This is something shouldn't be difficult. Here we have different pictures of different places of London. Can you identify some of them just by looking at the pictures? Can you?
The Big Ben.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is Big Ben?
It's the clock tower, the 4. Maybe.
Is the clock tower, number 8. If we number them
Yes.
from left to right. Big Ben. Yes, you're right. Here, let me, wait a minute. Big Ben. What is Big Ben? Here we have Big Ben. Okay. Any other one that you can identify?
London bus, the first.
Okay, right, very good. London bus, right? Do you know the name? Because, yeah, it's a bus, yes. But there are different types of buses. I mean, this is a special one because you have two floors, let's say. Do you know how to call them? I mean, they have a name. Do you know the name?
No.
No? They are called
No.
double-deckers. Actually, it's double-decker buses. Buses. This is double, but everybody calls them double-deckers. Yeah. And they are, I mean, they can be found in not only in London, but in London they are red. And that is the difference. Okay, good. Let's see, any other place that you can identify?
I see a bridge in the third one. And in the bottom, say Tower Bridge.
Yeah, Tower Bridge. Yes.
Maybe tower.
Yes,
Tower Bridge.
you're right. Very good. Tower Bridge. Yeah. Okay. Any other one? There are many of these places that are shown in different films, TV programs. No? For example,
I hear
Uh-huh.
I hear about Buckingham Palace, but I can recognize it in these images.
Yes. Buckingham Palace. What do you know about Buckingham Palace? Can you associate?
I'm not sure, but I think is where the kings live.
Exactly.
The queen.
The queen. Well, now it's a queen. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. This is Buckingham Palace. If I'm not wrong, wait a minute. Come on, wait. Let me enlarge this. No, this is Buckingham Palace. This one. Yes. Okay. Very good. Any other one? That is one that is quite famous. Well, actually, all of them are. This one, have you ever heard about it?
The London Eye.
Exactly. Exactly. Do you know anything about London Eye, Emilio?
No.
Nothing.
Nada. No, nothing.
But you could recognize a place.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Any other one?
The 7 could be Oxford Street.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Right. Good. Oxford Street, that is in the center of London. Okay. Well, finally, we have Houses of Parliament here. Okay.
The red phones were missing.
The red, which
phones
one?
Were missing.
The telephone cabinet is
the phone box.
So
the phone box is missing. Yeah, you're right. You know that they are still there. I mean, even though now they are not very used, but they still work. Yeah, here we
is.
Yeah.
It's characteristic of England, the phone box.
Yes.
Like the TV series Doctor Who. The Doctor Who is a series, a TV series, England
Oh, yeah?
TV series. So,
I know it by name, but I have never watched it. And they show this
so
phone boxes?
he traveled in the time, space, in a blue telephone cabinet.
Blue?
Of the telephone. So, yes.
Ah, why blue? Because they are usually red.
Yes, but in this case, it's blue.
Ah, okay, yeah, to make a difference. Okay, right. Okay, well, let's see now. Here you're going to listen to a tour, right? And the idea is that while you listen, you put a number next to the place in the order that the tourist guide will talk about them, will visit them. Do you understand it? This will
Okay,
be the first
yes, I
part.
understand.
Okay, so let me go to the tape. No, sorry, where is it? No. Here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this fantastic tour of London by bus. My name's Greg, and I'm your guide this afternoon on our tour of London. As you can see, we're on an open top bus, so you can see all the attractions from your seat, and you don't need to walk anywhere. And please don't worry about the rain, I'm sure it will stop soon. And please ask questions at any time.
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
Do you have extra umbrellas? I mean, if it rains a lot.
No, we don't have any extra umbrellas. But don't worry, I'm sure the rain will stop soon. Right, okay, so where are we going on our wonderful tour? Well, the tour takes 2 hours and we are going to visit all the famous sites. First, we'll see Madame Tussauds, the museum with wax models of famous people and celebrities. Then we'll drive along the most famous shopping street in the world, Oxford Street. After that, we'll see the famous clock, Big Ben, and the Houses of Parliament. As we drive along the river, you'll see the popular attraction, the London Eye, from which you can see the whole city on a sunny day. Then we'll see Tower Bridge and the famous Tower of London before arriving at Buckingham Palace just in time for a cup of tea with the Queen.
Is that included in the tour? A cup of tea with the Queen?
Well, no, not exactly. But there's a lovely cafe near the palace where you can get a cup of tea.
I have another question.
Yes?
Can we have our money back? We're getting off the bus.
Well, you see... Oh! Quick, run! Everyone off the bus! Oh, don't forget your bag.
Okay.
This recording was brought to you by...
Okay. Let's see. What is the first place they mentioned?
The museum, Madame Tussauds.
Okay. This is number 1. Yes. Okay. Let's see number 2.
Oxford Street.
Oxford Street. Right. Number 3.
Big Ben.
Big Ben. Very good. Big Ben. Number 4.
Houses of Parliament.
Right. Houses of Parliament. Number 5.
The London
Buckingham.
Eye.
London Eye, right? Very
Ah,
good.
okay.
Number 6.
Tower Bridge.
Tower Bridge. Very good. Number 7.
Buckingham Palace, maybe?
No, Tower of London.
Tower of London.
Mm,
Right. Tower of London. And number 8 is
With the Queen.
yes. Number 8 is Buckingham Palace. Okay. Be careful with the pronunciation of London. It's not London. It's London. London. Okay. Good. Okay. Any questions about this part?
No.
No questions? Okay. Let's go to the second part of questions. Here you have to, we're going to listen to it again, but this time you will choose the correct answer to complete the sentences, okay? This is very easy, okay? So have a look at the sentences before listening to it. And then we will. Okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this fantastic tour of London by bus. My name's Greg, and I'm your guide this afternoon on our tour of London. As you can see, we're on an open top bus, so you can see all the attractions from your seat, and you don't need to walk anywhere. And please don't worry about the rain, I'm sure it will stop soon. And please ask questions at any time.
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
Do you have extra umbrellas? I mean, if it rains a lot.
No, we don't have any extra umbrellas. But don't worry, I'm sure the rain will stop soon. Right, okay, so where are we going on our wonderful tour? Well, the tour takes 2 hours and we are going to visit all the famous sites. First, we'll see Madame Tussauds, the museum with wax models of famous people and celebrities. Then we'll drive along the most famous shopping street in the world, Oxford Street. After that, we'll see the famous clock, Big Ben, and the Houses of Parliament. As we drive along the river, you'll see the popular attraction, the London Eye, from which you can see the whole city on a sunny day. Then we'll see Tower Bridge and the famous Tower of London before arriving at Buckingham Palace just in time for a cup of tea with the Queen.
Is that included in the tour? A cup of tea with the Queen?
Well, no, not exactly. But there's a lovely cafe near the palace where you can get a cup of tea.
I have another question.
Yes?
Can we have our money back? We're getting off the bus.
Well, you see... Oh! Quick, run! Everyone off the bus! Oh, don't forget your bag.
Okay. Let's
This
see.
recording was brought to you by the British Council. To find
Okay. Let's see the first one. Gabriela, please, can you read the sentence with the correct alternative, please?
The tour takes 2 hours.
Very good. That's correct. 2 hours. Number 2, Emilio?
Models of famous people.
please read the sentence complete.
At Madame Tussauds, you can see models of famous people.
Right, Madame Tussauds. Yeah, Madame Tussauds, you can see, right, models of famous people. Number 3, Francisca, please.
Oxford Street is a famous street for shopping.
Good. Number 4, Ignacio, please.
The Queen lives at Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham.
Buckingham.
Buckingham Palace, right. Number 5, Gabriela, please.
Big Ben is a clock.
Right. Number 6, Emilio.
You can see, sorry, you can see great views of London from London Eye.
London Eye, right. Okay, very good. Have you ever taken a tour? A city tour? A tour, anyway.
Never.
Never? No?
Not in a city, but
Where?
in a national park.
Okay. Where?
Puyehue.
Okay. A very nice place. And how did you like it?
Yes. So beautiful.
And how was the tour? What do you think?
Near of the park are a hotel.
Hotel. Yeah.
Hotel. We walk along the some point in the park with mirador.
Views, yeah.
Views, with views, and when we finish the tour, return to hotel, and we use the aguas termales.
Spa.
Spa.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, after you finish the tour, you return to the hotel and you could enjoy the spa. Ooh, very nice. But it's very expensive, you know, isn't it?
No, it's expensive, but we don't sleep in the hotel.
Okay. Yeah.
Just we start in Puerto Montt, and a mobile take us to the hotel.
Okay. Yeah. You took a tour to the spa and to the national park.
But we never sleep in the hotel.
Yeah. You didn't stay. You didn't stay at the hotel. The hotel is extremely expensive. Yes. I have tried to get there, but it's extremely expensive. Yes. Okay, very good experience then, Ignacio. Any other experience with tours? Gabriela?
I did one in Panama City.
Panama. You took a city tour. Can you tell us about it?
Yes. We travel or move to Canal de Panama. It wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny?
No, it wasn't.
Why not?
Because they were, I don't know, surprised for the ocean, the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean cross in that part. And it wasn't so amazing how they say it was. Oh, okay.
Sorry, but was it a tour by boat?
No, no. So you can see, but outside in a tower.
Ah, in a tower.
You just it's a place that you can see all the boats that are crossing the canal.
Okay.
But in a point, two ocean.
Get together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
No, you have to see.
And you have to see how they get across.
They touch. I don't know. Yes. Was okay.
Yeah.
No,
What's about the canal?
It was beautiful, but
yes.
It's how you can imagine.
It is like you can imagine, or as you can imagine.
It is as you can.
I have seen it just from the airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right, good. Let's see, what's about you, Francisca Emilio? No experience with any tours?
When I was in France, I went to a medieval city named Carcassonne.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's a, I don't know the word, ciudadela.
I think it's Citadel, I'm not sure.
It's
but...
in the center of the city.
Yeah.
So they remains the structure of the castle, and so the tour is around this ciudadela.
Let me, yeah, go on. I will share my screen because I would like to go to.
And it's very nice because for us, we don't have that kind of castles and structures, buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, it's so beautiful.
Citadel, that's the word. Citadel, let me check.
Citadel.
That's the word. Citadel.
Mm-hmm. Citadel.
Yeah. Wait, let me...
And
Citadel.
also,
sorry.
Citadel.
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 Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so.
And one part was a little bit shocking because they show you all parts of the castle, including the like a prison and como calabozo.
Dungeon.
Dungeons, yes, that's it.
Dungeon.
What's the name in Spanish? Is not prison. Yeah, but I know what you mean. Mazmorra.
Yeah.
Mazmorra. That's it. Mazmorra.
Mazmorra.
In Spanish is mazmorra. Yeah.
Mm. So that's new for us. And because as is a tour, you can go inside and sit there. You can even lay down, and it's a small place and cold without light. It's all with a stone, made of stone. So it was surprising for me at least.
Didn't you like it?
No, yes, I like it.
Okay. But it was something totally different from what you knew.
Yes, totally different.
Probably dark, cold.
Yes, and all the building was prepared for war, and there was some part of the building destroyed for the last war. So I think it's for us in Chile, at least, we don't have many ancient buildings. because of the earthquakes.
Chile was just being discovered. I mean, America was being discovered when they built that, I mean, in the medieval times. Yeah.
Yes. So no, it was very nice.
Yeah.
What was the name of that place?
Carcassonne.
Carcassonne.
Yes.
Is the name of the board game.
Is it?
I don't know.
Something like, it's written like that, yes? I think.
Carcassonne.
I think so.
Yes.
It's a beautiful place. I've never been there, but I have seen some movies and some documentary films.
Yes, and I went there by train because it is near to Toulouse. Near Toulouse. So I traveled in one day. I didn't stay there.
And did you like the tour itself? Was it good?
Yes, it was good. And it's like in movies with the documentary.
Yeah.
And my partner was so happy because there were armadura, no sé cómo decirlo.
Shields with helmets. Yeah.
And all the things related to medieval times
and wars.
Yes. So I for me it was that's nice. But my partner was magnificent.
Yeah. Okay. And what was your partner Chilean?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. What's about you, Emilio? Have you got any experience about tours?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
The most recent was when I arrived in Vicuña. I took the Capel tour.
Okay.
Which, by the way, is in front of my house.
Front of your house?
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Can you tell us about that tour, Emilio?
Sure. It was interesting to see how pisco brandy was made or produced. No, yeah, all the process to get a brandy, step by step from the harvest grapes, then how the farmers put the grapes and made the wine, are also called basset wine, and then this distillation process.
Sorry, I didn't get you. You said that they show you all the process from the moment that grapes are harvested.
Yeah, due to the dates when I was there coincide with the harvest time.
Okay, coincide. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but this is
also the tour it's very cheap, so I recommend it a lot.
Okay.
And they give you a degustation. I don't know.
They make it tasting.
The tasting.
They make a tasting of different
piscos.
Different types of pisco.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, very interesting. I remember, I think I took that tour many years ago. Capel, isn't it? Capel, you said?
Yeah, Capel in the factory. It's
yes. Yeah, I think it was many years ago. Yeah.
I love pisco. I love pisco.
So you love it. You were happy there.
Yeah.
That was your cup of tea. Okay, good. Now let's see if you have the possibility. Is there any place where you would like to go on a tour?
I don't know. I try to don't took the tour. I try, but if I wanna, but no. If I have to take some tour, sure will I am, but I try to don't took a tour.
You would prefer not to?
Yeah, exactly.
I would prefer not to. Why not?
For many reasons, but the main reason is for the time. All in the tour, it's for my opinion, it's very schedules. I don't know. I mean,
scheduled. Yes.
Schedule.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everything is all the activities are scheduled.
Yeah, I prefer took my time in my way.
Yeah, you prefer to do it in your own, I mean, according to your own time. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I don't have more choice.
If you are in a class of English.
No.
And you have to do it. Okay.
No.
Okay, where would you go if you had to go?
If can you repeat that question?
If you had to take a tour pressed by your teacher of English, where would you like to go to?
I would like to go to London.
London?
Yeah, to drink a beer, listen to punk music.
Sorry, what?
Go drink beers, listen to punk music.
Okay, yeah, punk
or another British bands of our times.
And what is our time?
Idols or King Krule.
Yeah, but what decade are we talking about?
Sorry?
What you said, our time. What is your time?
From the 2000.
Yeah. Okay.
On. I don't know. I mean.
Yeah. Let's see. Here you got to something that I have never had enough time in any group to teach. I think only once. But this is when you make a conditional sentence.
Yeah.
And you say, if I had to, I mean, if there is no more choice, and I want to imagine this, if I had to do it, I would like to go to London. This is the way to make this type of conditional sentence. Yes? If,
yes,
then the verb in the past, if I had to do it, I would like to go to London in this case, okay? This combination is like that. Good, interesting. Let's see, what about you, Gabriela? If you had to do it, where would you like to go to take a tour to?
I would like to take a tour on Athens.
In Athens.
Athens?
Athens. Okay, interesting. Why would you like to tour in Athens?
I want to know more about history. They have a lot of places that with historical importance. So I'm gonna try to go the next year.
Ah, okay. So it's a plan, actually.
It's a plan, yes.
Okay. Oh, very nice.
It's a dream.
The dream. And Greece is not that expensive in Europe, I think.
No, it's cheap.
Yeah, it's much cheaper than other countries in Europe.
Yes. I was searching information, and it wasn't expensive.
Yeah, that is what I think. The expensive thing is the ticket.
But not a lot.
No?
No, it's if I buy now for March, it's the same that if you want to go to Rapa Nui.
Ah, yeah, but Rapa Nui is very expensive.
It's not so expensive, but it's Chile.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's Chile. Okay, so you would like to go to Athens. Okay, what's about you, Ignacio? Where would you like to tour in?
I would love to take a tour on Machu Picchu ruins.
Okay. You would like to take a tour to Machu Picchu?
Yes.
Yeah. Why would you like to visit Machu Picchu?
It seems to me like a place with a lot of story.
History.
And generates history. And it generates, give me the feeling of mystery. I don't know, it's interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds very interesting. Be careful with these two words in Spanish are the same, but in English they are totally different. History is something real. I mean, something that really happened. Story may be true, maybe not, maybe fictitious. So that's a difference. So when you talk about the history of a place, it is history, not story. Yeah? Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, talking. Well, we're going to continue in London. Let me check. Let's see, if you, I don't know, you close your eyes and you think about London, what can you see? Francisca, Gabriela, I don't know. Gabriela, you want to say?
Gabriela, kingdoms, sea.
Kingdom?
Kingdom, yeah.
Yes.
Because they have a queen still.
But can you see the image of the queen?
In her palace, yes.
Yes. Okay. Having tea. With scones. Yeah, okay. Okay. What else can you see, Francisca?
I think when I imagine, I see a cold day with fog and rainy. I don't imagine with a sunny day. I mean, probably they have sunny days too, but I don't know. I imagine there is always winter.
It's always winter, okay. Cold days, cold days.
Gray days.
Rain and foggy days. Yeah.
Yes.
Not very attractive anyway.
No, not necessary. Not necessary. And necessarily. I also think there are many places, historical places to visit. Maybe not just for visit. Maybe if you rent a place, it's a historical building or with a lot of history.
History. Yeah. Let's see, we could see that we could listen to Emilio thinking about visiting London to drink some beer, some punk music.
And also, I imagine myself eating fish
and chips.
and chips.
Fish and chips. Yeah. Do you like fish and chips?
Of course.
Of course. Yeah.
A lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Good.
You visit Penny Lane.
Penny Lane.
Penny Lane.
Song?
It's a song from the Beatles.
By the Beatles. Yeah. No, yeah. That's.
I think they live there.
That's the name of the street where they.
In Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, where Paul McCartney lives.
Yes. Ah, was it Paul McCartney? I thought it was Lennon. Okay, but you know the Beatles then. I thought you didn't. I mean,
yes.
Yeah, because, okay, you're so young. Okay, what about you, Ignacio? What do you think? I mean, what can you see when you imagine London?
I imagine, I think the Queen and those soldiers with the funny hat.
Okay, the guards.
And the cops with the funny hat too.
The cops.
The cops. They are not cops. They are guards. They are royal guards, actually. They are royal guards. Yeah.
But the cops have funny hat too.
Yeah. The bobbies. They have a similar. Well, it's a different texture, I think, but it's a helmet.
They also have a special caps.
What do you mean by special?
In addition of the Royal Guard, have they a particular name? I don't know.
The bobbies?
Maybe.
Because cops is an American word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also they call them, I mean, in many other different ways.
Scotland Yard.
Sorry?
Scotland Yard?
Scotland Yard is the name of is like FBI. Yeah, it's the name of the police institution. It's like FBI or PDI, PDI in Chile. That's Scotland Yard. Yeah, they are detectives. I mean, when they talk about well, the police is maybe a Scotland Yard, and also for common crimes is the police officers. Actually, I don't know if they belong to another. No, they are not part of Scotland Yard as far as I understand. And they are called bobbies. Bobbies. Well, there are many other words to call them, but they are not very. There are many others, believe me. But cops is American anyway. Yeah, cops is, they understand it, but I don't think they use them. They use the word cops. They understand many American words because of films and television. They understand. I mean, the British understand American terms more than the Americans understand the British terms. Okay, the British accent. Actually, I remember some years ago, I used to teach Spanish to an American manager of company. And he told me that the first time he went to London, he couldn't understand a word for 3 days. He said, I understood some word here, some word there, and I couldn't, it was difficult to, they understood everything I said, but I couldn't understand them. It was, and that is the influence of films, I think. Okay, so why did we get to the bobbies? I forgot it.
I feel that I have just learned a lot of London right now.
No, we are going to continue because we have seen just part of London. Let's see, I will ask you to go to your courses again. And please download material docente. born, bred, and buttered in London? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here we have, first of all, we have this expression, born, bred, and buttered in London. Have you ever heard that expression before?
No.
Born?
Never.
I mean the word, yes, but the expression, no.
Yes?
The expression, no, but the word, yes.
No, yeah, the words, but the expression, I mean, as an expression, born, bred, and buttered in London.
No.
Nacido y criado en. It's not a literal meaning. Born, bred, and buttered. Some people shorten the expression and they say born and bred in London, but the complete expression is born, bred, and buttered in London. Okay? So, well, here we have some places some places located in London. Let's see, I will ask you to go to Google Maps. These are the wonderful things of internet. Okay, and I want you please to try to locate these places on the map. At least the first places.
Wembley?
I'm sorry?
I see the Wembley.
Sorry, which one?
Wembley?
Wembley.
Wembley.
Yeah, sorry, I think you misunderstood. No, but here you have a list of places.
Yeah.
I will ask you to try to find some of these places on the map, please.
Yeah.
Yeah? Let me see, where can I? Okay, sorry. Okay, London Borough of Islington. Okay.
It says Islington?
Yes, Islington.
Islington.
Yes.
Good.
The second one is Regent's Park.
Regent's Park. I can see that.
Right. Regent's Park. Here. Regent's Park. Yes. Yes. Regent's Park. Here it is. Here we have pictures of Regent's Park. It's a park, obviously. Yes. Okay. King Bloomsbury is the other one. Sorry. This one. Bloomsbury. Okay. Here you have some brief information about the place. I would like to see more pictures about it. Where is it? Okay. Then we have Hampstead Heath. Hampstead Heath. Mm. Looks nice. Actually, it looks very nice. Tufnell Park, that is another one that I would like you to have a look at. This is because all these places will be mentioned in the tape you want to listen to, right? So, Tufnell Park. Tufnell Park here. Yeah. Here we have some looks like England. How can I? Okay. Yeah. Tufnell Park. Okay. Then we have, yeah, the last part is, well, the Thames, the river. This is not very nice, I think. Thames. Here you have the river crossing the city. Okay, well, let's see. I will, any comments about the places, the pictures, the information you could get from Wikipedia? Any questions? Comments? No comments? No comments, sorry?
No comments.
No comments, okay. Well, I will ask you to listen to mine, and I'm talking about London. Okay, first of all, listen and tell me which of these statements are the opinion of the man, I mean, what he thinks about the place, okay? Let me,
This Teaching English Listening is brought to you by the British Council.
Okay. So, Alan, can you just tell me a bit about the part of the UK that you're from?
Right, I come from London. I was born in the West End. I don't remember much about that because we moved on to all onto King's Cross, and then we moved to Tufnell Park, where I've spent most of my life. I did move back to the West End when I was a bit of a younger man, you know, to see what was going on down there, obviously. And then I moved back to Tufnell Park, and now I'm in Islington. I suppose in all those, I've moved within that area. I suppose you could say that it's a 7-mile square area that I've never moved out of.
Good heavens. And can you tell me about any changes in this area of, well, perhaps Tufnell Park in North London, where you were living most of the time?
Well, yeah, the Tufnell Park area, where I lived, just off of Tufnell Park in York Rise, what has changed greatly is the shops. There were all different types of shops there. You could literally buy anything that you needed in sort of general, not furniture, but there was a couple of dairies there, a pub, off license. There was a laundry Westerns, they were called. There was a big company when I was younger, and we used to get what we called our bag wash there, and I had to pick it up on a Thursday. It was number 97. It was always wet. Remember that? Yes.
Yes. You went and collected the wet laundry?
We took it on Monday and collected it on Thursday, and I can't remember how much it was. It was only sort of in them days coppers, you know. It wasn't a great deal of money at all. But it was a sort of period of time when people never had washing machines, and that was an ideal sort of thing to do.
Yeah. And would you say your area, perhaps the area you're living in now, Islington, is that famous for anything?
I don't think it's all that famous for not the part I live in anyway. The ex-Prime Minister lived there, Tony Blair. I don't know what you make of that, if it's famous or not. But I did think on it, and there's some there's little areas in there where I think there's a lot of sort of actors and actresses live. But I'm not into that sort of thing, so that passes me by.
And just tell me something about how people speak in your area of North London, would you say?
Well, there's such a diversity there that you couldn't say anybody speaks. It's a general accent or a general thing. What I do notice is the young people now, they have this type of speak where they use a lot of American phrases and things like this. So I remember a kid a week or so ago. He said he was shouting out there, you know, "Oh, that's wickedly evil, man." Which that sort of terminology comes from the United States of America, and that's because they watch this rubbish television. You know.
What does that mean? It's wickedly evil, man?
I think it's supposed to mean it's good, which it means obviously the opposite. But that's what they do. They do speak like that, you know.
Okay. Would you like to listen to it once again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please. I was distracted.
Okay.
This Teaching English Listening is brought to you by the British Council.
Okay.
So, Alan, can you just tell me a bit about the part of the UK that you're from?
Right, I come from London. I was born in the West End. I don't remember much about that because we moved on to all onto King's Cross, and then we moved to Tufnell Park, where I've spent most of my life. I did move back to the West End when I was a bit of a younger man, you know, to see what was going on down there, obviously. And then I moved back to Tufnell Park, and now I'm in Islington. I suppose in all those, I've moved within that area. I suppose you could say that it's a 7-mile square area that I've never moved out of.
Good heavens. And can you tell me about any changes in this area of well, perhaps Tufnell Park in North London, where you were living most of the time?
Well, yeah, the Tufnell Park area, where I lived, we're just off of Tufnell Park in York Rise. What has changed greatly is the shops. There were all different types of shops there. You could literally buy anything that you needed in sort of general, not furniture, but there was a couple of dairies there, a pub, off license. There was a laundry Westerns, they were called. There was a big company when I was younger, and we used to get what we called our bag wash, and I had to pick it up on a Thursday. It was number 97. It was always wet. Remember that? Yes.
Yes. You went and collected the wet laundry?
We took it on Monday and collected it on Thursday, and I can't remember how much it was. It was only sort of in them days coppers, you know. It wasn't a great deal of money at all. But it was a sort of period of time when people never had washing machines, and that was an ideal sort of thing to do.
Yeah. And would you say your area, perhaps the area you're living in now, Islington, is that famous for anything?
I don't think it's all that famous for not the part I live in anyway. The ex-Prime Minister lived there, Tony Blair. I don't know what you make of that, if it's famous or not. But I did think on it, and there's some there's little areas in there where I think there's a lot of sort of actors and actresses live, but I'm not into that sort of thing, so that passes me by.
And just tell me something about how people speak in your area of North London, would you say?
Well, there's such a diversity there that you couldn't say anybody speaks. It's a general accent or a general thing. What I do notice is the young people now, they have this type of speak where they use a lot of American phrases and things like this. So there was, I remember a kid a week or so ago, he said he was shouting out there, you know, oh, that's wickedly evil, man, which that sort of terminology comes from the United States of America, and that's because they watch this rubbish television. You know.
What does that mean? It's wickedly evil, man?
I think it's supposed to mean it's good, which it means obviously the opposite. But that's what they do. They do speak like that, you know.
Okay. Okay, so let's see which of these statements are the opinion of the man. Have a look at them and let's see which of these are true according to what he said. Some seconds. Number two?
Yeah.
The two
okay.
is true.
Can you please read it aloud, Ignacio, please?
I live in a lot of different parts of London.
Okay, I believe
it's true.
It's true, right? That's true. Good. Any other one?
The fifth one?
The third one?
Fifth one. Number 5.
Number 5? The fifth one. Okay. Yes. Can you please read it, Emilio?
I have seen a lot of changes in my life.
Right. Good. Good. Any other one?
Maybe the 7th one, but it's not clear.
Number 8?
Number 7.
Number 7? Yeah.
Because he mentioned the American accent and he related to the young people. Well, it's because young people hear it on television or American media.
Okay. I hadn't noticed that you were here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Pablo. Yes. Yes. Right. Number 7 is something. Well, he didn't say, I mean, using those words, but that was the idea. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, let's see. This guy talks about the different places he has been living in London. What did you understand about first of all, do you remember any place he talked? I mean, some places he mentioned and what he said?
I remember King Cross.
King's Cross. What did he say about King's Cross?
I don't remember exactly, but they say he lived there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any other place that he mentioned that you remember?
I remembered he talked about he lived near of a park, but I don't remember if Regent Park or Tufnell Park.
Okay. Okay, you're right, Ignacio. Let's see. Does anybody remember which of the two places, Regent's or Tufnell Park?
I think Tufnell Park, but I don't remember it clearly. I only remember that wasn't Regent's Park because that was the name I had in mind, and I remember it isn't that one. That wasn't that one.
Yeah, actually, it was Tufnell Park. Yeah. Does anybody remember what he said about Tufnell Park? No? Okay. Any other place that he mentioned that you remember?
Places. Islington?
Islington, yeah.
Islington he lived there.
Okay, very good. Is the place where he lives now?
Ah, he lives now.
Sorry, what did you say?
No, I didn't remember if he is living now there or not, because I was some distracted by listening.
Okay. Okay. Would you like to listen to it for the last time? Once again, or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
That could be useful to order my
Paying
ideas.
attention to these places, I mean, Islington, Tufnell Park, and
King's
Cross. I mean, what does he say about this place? What can you get about it? Let me go to.
This Teaching English Listening is brought to you by the British Council.
So, Alan, can you just tell me a bit about the part of the UK that you're from?
Right, I come from London. I was born in the West End. I don't remember much about that because we moved on to all onto King's Cross, and then we moved to Tufnell Park, where I've spent most of my life. I did move back to the West End when I was a bit of a younger man, you know, to see what was going on down there, obviously. And then I moved back to Tufnell Park, and now I'm in Islington. I suppose in all those, I've had moved within that area. I suppose you could say that it's a 7-mile square area that I've never moved out of.
Good heavens. And can you tell me about any changes in this area of, well, perhaps Tufnell Park in North London, where you were living most of the time?
Well, yeah, the Tufnell Park area, where I lived, was just off of Tufnell Park in York Rise. What has changed greatly is the shops. There were all different types of shops there. You could literally buy anything that you needed in sort of general, not furniture, but there was a couple of dairies there, a pub, off license. There was a laundry Westons they were called. There was a big company when I was younger, and we used to get what we called our bag wash there, and I had to pick it up on a Thursday. It was number 97. It was always wet. Remember that? Yes.
Well, you went and collected the wet laundry?
We took it on Monday and collected it on Thursday, and I can't remember how much it was. It was only sort of in them days coppers, you know. It wasn't a great deal of money at all. But it was a sort of period of time when people never had washing machines, and that was an ideal sort of thing to do.
Yeah. And would you say your area, perhaps the area you're living in now, Islington, is that famous for anything?
I don't think it's all that famous for not the part I live in anyway. The ex-Prime Minister lived there, Tony Blair. I don't know what you make of that, if it's famous or not. But I did think on it, and there's some there's little areas in there where I think there's a lot of sort of actors and actresses live. But I'm not into that sort of thing, so that passes me by.
And just tell me something about how people speak in your area of North London, would you say?
Well, there's such a diversity there that you couldn't say anybody speaks. It's a general accent or a general thing. What I do notice is the young people now, they have this type of speak where they use a lot of American phrases and things like this. So there was, I remember a kid a week or so ago, he said he was shouting out there, you know, oh, that's wickedly evil, man, which that sort of terminology comes from the United States of America, and that's because they watch this rubbish television. You know.
What does that mean, it's wickedly evil, man?
I think it's supposed to mean it's good, which it means obviously the opposite, but that's what they do. They do speak like that, you know.
Okay. Let's see, what could you get about these places? I mean, there was Islington was one. Wait, let me underline. Okay, one was Islington. The other one was
Tufnell Park and King's Cross. King's Cross.
I cannot read this. Sorry. Yeah, well, King's Cross and Tufnell Park.
Tufnell Park.
Yes. Okay. Let's see, what did you get about these three places? Let's see, Islington. What information could you get about it?
He's living now there, and some artists live there, maybe singers or actresses. And I don't get if the one prime minister lived there or near there. I didn't catch that sentence.
So it's a place where he lives now. It's a place where some artists live. And sorry, what else?
The prime minister lived there or near there. I didn't get exactly what.
Okay, right. Good. Anything else about this place?
He talked about the accent of the people who lives there.
Yeah. What does he say about that?
He said there is a diversity of how people speak, and especially young people that use a lot of American words.
Okay, right. There is a great diversity of accents and a way of speaking. And okay, he talks about the young people that use a lot of American expressions as a consequence of what?
The young people see a lot of TV.
Consuming American media.
American television. Yeah, right. Okay. Anything else about this place? No?
No.
Okay, let's see the second one, King's Cross. What does he say about King's Cross?
I think it's the first place where he lived.
Where he lived, yeah? Okay, that was the first place. Okay. What else?
There are many kind of shops.
No. I don't think so. No.
No.
He said that he can't remember much about King's Cross.
No.
Yeah, so he doesn't say much about it. He doesn't say anything else. I mean, that from King's Cross, they moved to Tufnell Park.
Yes.
Okay,
And
what does he say about Tufnell Park?
there were many shops.
Okay, there were many shops. Yes.
You could
and this
buy
place is where live the most part of this life. Ah, sorry.
No. Ignacio.
Yeah. The Tufnell Park is the place where he lived the most part of his life.
Of his life, right. That was the place where he lived an important part of his life, most of his life. Okay. There were many shops. What else?
He mentioned the laundries. You can't buy furniture there, but maybe anything else. And
you can buy furniture?
No, you can't. You could buy anything except of furniture.
Okay, except for furniture, right. You can buy anything except for furniture, right? He talked about, yeah.
And he talked about, I don't catch if it was tables or something. I didn't catch what it was, but something gets wet and he usually wants to go there, but is wet most of the time.
Okay, you're right.
And maybe
something was
table could be to drink something. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Can anybody complete this idea? There was something wet. Yes, you're right.
I think he was talking about the weather and how that year of 97 was all the time he has the clothes wet.
Are you talking about the year 1997?
I think so.
What about
No?
Maybe until then.
Sorry?
Maybe until then.
Sorry, maybe what?
Until then, something happened or changed.
Or maybe he was talking about the humidity.
Sorry, Francisca?
Maybe he was talking about the humidity. Humidity?
I don't
La humedad?
Humidity. No, he said something was wet. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
But it was not the year 97. It was the bus. The bus number 97. Okay. Something happened on the bus. And this
maybe
is...
the seats got wet.
Sorry?
Maybe the seats get wet.
The seats?
I don't know. The seats, the chairs on the bus. I don't know.
Well,
but
yeah.
Why
were they wet? Why were buses wet? Did anybody get that?
Right.
He talks about different, I mean, a type of shop where he used to go. I mean, many people used to. Do you remember? Did you understand what type of shop was it?
Yes.
He said that at that time, most people used to go to that shop twice a week.
Could be the I don't think it was the laundry.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be.
Yes.
It's laundry. So
laundry.
maybe when the bus cross, the people get wet, or
exactly. Exactly. It was.
Yeah, that's connect my idea. Now I understand what he said.
There were different types of laundries. What is a laundry?
Lavanderia, a place where you
but what type
bring
of
your dirty clothes to clean it.
Yeah, to wash your, not to clean, to wash them. Yeah, it's a place where you can wash your clothes. It's an automatic place. I mean, automatic washing machines, but the name is called laundry. And yeah, they left the clothes there, and then 2 or 3 days later they came to pick your clothes, but they were wet or not completely dry.
Right.
So that's why buses were always wet. That bus, that line. See?
And that was the bus 97.
Yeah, exactly. That was the bus line that went to this place. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anything else about this? Probably this must have been in the 60s, I think, 50s or 60s. England was quite poor. Yeah.
After the war?
After the war, yeah. After the war, yeah. Definitely. Okay, anything else about this place? No? I will ask you to go to your cursos again. This time you're going to download the script. So I will ask you to listen to it for the last time, but this time you're going to listen and read the script at the same time. Is that right?
Okay.
Do you all understand it? Hello? Yes? Born, bread, and butter long tape script, please.
Sure.
Okay. Here probably there will be several words that are not so familiar to you, please, I mean, underline them and discuss them, okay? So after this, we're going to go for a break. Okay, ready to listen to?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
This Teaching English Listening is brought to you by the British Council.
So, Alan, can you just tell me a bit about the part of the UK that you're from?
Right, I come from London. I was born in the West End. I don't remember much about that because we moved on to all onto King's Cross, and then we moved to Tufnell Park, where I've spent most of my life. I did move back to the West End when I was a bit of a younger man, you know, to see what was going on down there, obviously. And then I moved back to Tufnell Park, and now I'm in Islington. I suppose in all those, I've had moved within that area. I suppose you could say that it's a 7-mile square area that I've never moved out of.
Good heavens. And can you tell me about any changes in this area of, well, perhaps Tufnell Park in North London, where you were living most of the time?
Well, yeah, the Tufnell Park area, where I lived, was just off of Tufnell Park in York Rise. What has changed greatly is the shops. There were all different types of shops there. You could literally buy anything that you needed in sort of general, not furniture, but there was a couple of dairies there, a pub, off license. There was a laundry Westons they were called. There was a big company when I was younger, and we used to get what we called our bag wash there, and I had to pick it up on a Thursday. It was number 97. It was always wet. Remember that? Yes.
Well, you went and collected the wet laundry?
We took it on Monday and collected it on Thursday, and I can't remember how much it was. It was only sort of in them days coppers, you know. It wasn't a great deal of money at all. But it was a sort of period of time when people never had washing machines, and that was an ideal sort of thing to do.
Yeah. And would you say your area, perhaps the area you're living in now, Islington, is that famous for anything?
I don't think it's all that famous for not the part I live in anyway. The ex-Prime Minister lived there, Tony Blair. I don't know what you make of that, if it's famous or not. But I did think on it, and there's some there's little areas in there where I think there's a lot of sort of actors and actresses live. But I'm not into that sort of thing, so that passes me by.
And just tell me something about how people speak in your area of North London, would you say?
Well, there's such a diversity there that you couldn't say anybody speaks. It's a general accent or a general thing. What I do notice is the young people now, they have this type of speak where they use a lot of American phrases and things like this. So I remember a kid a week or so ago. He said he was shouting out there, you know, "Oh, that's wickedly evil, man." Which that sort of terminology comes from the United States of America, and that's because they watch this rubbish television. You know.
What does that mean? It's wickedly evil, man?
I think it's supposed to mean it's good, which it means obviously the opposite. But that's what they do. They do speak like that, you know.
Okay.
I have some questions.
Yes, please tell me.
About the expression "good heavens." I don't know if I catch it well. I didn't remember or hear it before.
Heavens?
But I think it's like have lived in many places, giving you a good notion about different places.
Good heavens is an expression to show kind of surprise, we could say, like, my goodness, oh my God. It's the same. Good heavens.
Oh, okay.
That kind of expression.
Yeah.
I think it's I've never heard an American use this expression. I've always heard British people. Like, yeah, the other one say, my God, my goodness, my God.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
Yes, it was on the when he talks about the laundry. Oh yeah, and yeah, it was only short of in those days coppers. What is coppers?
Coppers are, I mean, some coins made of copper.
Oh, okay.
That were very, I mean, aware because they no longer exist, but they were very, I mean, with very little value.
Okay, and the other one was, I remember it was 3. So I'll.
You remember what?
No, I remember it was another word that I didn't think I understand well, but I'll search it. So by now, maybe some other of my companions can do their questions.
Make their questions. Okay, any other questions? Emilio, Francisca, Gabriela, Ignacio. There should be more questions, I think.
Yeah, here. I found it. Is
what?
Yeah, when he does, but not furniture, but there was a couple of diaries.
Dairies.
This
is a kind of shop where you can buy all milk products, milk, butter, yogurt, that kind of. I don't know if you have a word for that in Spanish, but that is a dairy.
Okay.
Actually, you have the expression, I mean, not the expression, but the word dairy products, productos lácteos.
Entonces sería una lactería.
Something like that. Yes. Cheese. They remember that they produce a lot of milk in Britain.
Yeah.
Any other? Here, I mean, in the line after that, there is a word off license. Do you know what that means? This is the question to all of you.
Like a clandestinos, no?
No, it's a place where you can buy alcohol. I mean, botelleria. I mean, there is another word that is liquor shop. That is the kind of the word you use in the States, in Canada, in Australia. But in Britain, they call them off license. Remember that in Britain, alcohol is bloody expensive. So, I mean, shops, restaurants selling alcohol, only restaurants can sell alcohol. I mean, it's not a matter of, the license is very expensive. So,
the off license, it's the cheap version?
No, off license is a botelleria, exactly that. Yeah. But
where is the off license?
Sorry?
It's a good point. I will.
Sorry, I don't know if I got you. You think
why
that
it's called off license if they have a license to sell alcohol?
Yeah, no, I don't know why. I don't know the origin of the expression, but off license is with the idiot.
Yeah.
It has to do with, I mean, I was talking about license, not about off. No, but they are totally legal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe because they are off license, maybe because they can expand the license. Maybe
expand what?
Where maybe because they can afford the license, they are off license. I don't know why they make that.
Actually, I don't know the origin of the expression. I don't know, but that is what it is. Yeah. Any other question? No?
I noticed where the first place where he lived is West End.
Yeah.
No, King Cross.
Yeah,
but when he was a child, a baby.
Yes, yeah. I was born in the West End. I don't remember because we moved to, yeah. The West End and King's Cross. Actually, I'm not sure if King's Cross was born in the West End.
It's not King's
Cross. Yeah, because they moved to King's Cross, that is another place, yeah. But he was a little child anyway, I think, yeah. Okay, well, if there are no further questions, shall we go for a break?
Okay.
Yes, 15 minutes and we continue with this.
Okay.
Okay, see you. Start. Okay, well, let's see. Well, as you could see, I mean, you could hear actually in the video, this man talks about all the changes that he has seen in London. I mean, comparing his, during his childhood in one neighborhood, and all the other places where he has been to, where he has lived in London. If you think about your experience, I mean, what can you say about it? I mean, if you were asked, I mean, let's see, where are you from? Francisca, are you from Rancagua?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Emilio,
I was
you are
born.
from, sorry? Francisca, you are from Rancagua, yes.
Yes.
Do you, but Rancagua, I mean, the place where you live now in Rancagua is the same place where you used to live when you were, where you were born? No?
No, I used to live with my parents. And then I moved to Concepcion with my parents.
Yeah, that is when you, I mean.
But it's the same city. I mean.
The same city, but in a different part of the city.
Yes.
Different neighborhood?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Emilio? Emilio, you are from Arica, right?
Arica siempre Arica. Arica forever, Arica. Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, I know that you have lived in different cities. So, I mean, you have traveled all over the country. But where were you born in Arica?
I was born. Sorry. I was born in the. Sorry, you asking to me that my childhood or my
Where were you born?
In San Jose Hospital, for more precisely.
Yeah, okay.
Then I grow up in
Santiago?
No, in Arica, San Jose.
In Arica. Juan Noé, no?
Juan Noé also, but I was born in San Jose.
Okay, in another hospital. Okay,
another
and
hospital.
After your mom left the hospital, where did you live?
I was lived in neighborhood called Pucaranis. There are many houses and buildings, maybe.
Yeah. And how long did you live in that place? How long did you live in that place?
From until 2023.
Okay. Okay.
23, 22.
Yeah.
All my childhood and
adolescence.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you can make a whole description of the place. I mean, the changes that there have been in that place.
Yeah.
Do your parents still live in that place?
No, they moved to La Serena from 2 years ago.
They moved to La Serena 2 years ago. So they are very near you.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Good, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, I suppose so. Okay, so there you have your case is clear. Let's see, Gabriela, what about you? Where were you born, Gabriela?
I was born at Santiago.
In Santiago.
In Santiago.
In Santiago. Whereabouts in Santiago?
What part?
Yeah, Maipú, Colina, I don't know where.
La Florida.
La Florida.
When I was, yes, when I was 10 years, I moved to El Monte. It's near Melipilla, between Melipilla and Talagante.
Yes. When you were 7 years old?
10.
Okay, you moved to El Monte. And
I'm living there until I was 27.
Okay.
I did the college living in there. Yeah. No. The university.
Did you study the university in El Monte? No.
No. But when I studied at Tumapo. And I had to move every day.
You had to move or you had to travel?
Travel.
You had to travel from El Monte to Santiago every day?
Yes.
Tough.
It was tough.
Yeah, must have been. Okay, so also you can talk about, do your parents still live in El Monte?
Yes, they still live there.
Okay, so you can also make a whole description of the place. I mean, you can compare the place, what the place used to be like in the past and now. Okay, Ignacio, I remember you have lived in the same place. Were you born in that house in Santa Rosa?
Yes. I live in La Granja.
La Granja, near Santa Rosa. Yeah.
Near Santa Rosa.
Yes. Okay.
I live all my life there. When a baby, I live in Pudahuel.
Yeah.
But I can remember that time.
Okay. But I mean, you have been living in the same house, I mean, in La Granja for all the rest of the time. Okay. So what I want you to do now is to do something similar to what the guy on the tape does. I want you to tell me, I mean, to just think about the places where you were born and now, what changes there have been. How can you compare describe the place first, what the place used to be and what the place is now? What has happened in between? Yes? Do you understand it? Yes?
Yes.
Some seconds for you to think, and then when you're ready, tell me, please. I will. Pablo disappeared.
Can I start it?
Yes, of course.
I was living in Arica. It's a small city, even smaller than Santiago. How can I say comuna?
Good question.
There
is a different
district of Santiago, maybe. It's
district, yeah.
Even more small than district of Santiago. The principal change I've been seeing, it's the arrival of malls or shopping center. Also the buildings, the construction of buildings in many places, but all these change are related to the geographical or maybe in the constructions.
Okay.
I don't know if it's related to the progress or, but principle of construction changes.
Okay. If let's say we talk about what Arica was like when you were a little kid. I mean, not Arica, all Arica, but the place where you used to live.
All Arica, it's small. It's very small. So, I moved in all the city, all my childhood in a bike.
Yes, on a bike.
On a bike, it was very secure, but nowadays it isn't.
I know.
No.
Okay, so we can say that Arica, how many people are there in Arica?
Maybe 3,000 or 4,000.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a small place then, according to what you said. The only thing I remember about Arica is the main street. What's the name?
21 de Mayo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the hill, El Morro.
El Morro and
this promenade where there is a promenade. I mean, just below the Morro. 21 de Mayo is the name?
21 de Mayo is the principal street of the center.
Yes.
And also we have no, I think it's very small.
Yeah, okay.
So
in that place, I remember that it was the first time I could see that people could eat charquicán con arroz. To me, that was totally new.
And huevo frito, an eggs.
When you're on diet. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you said that the place used to be safer then. Very at that safe. Time. Used to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Now it isn't.
No. I think the city it doesn't work now. The secure, the transport even doesn't work. It's more like a chaos. The city, no.
A chaos? Why?
Chaos because due to Arica, it's a front,
the border city,
a border city of our country. The government in the 90s, the 80s, 19s, and 70s puts many cops and military people.
Yeah.
So the city was very safer.
Yeah.
The last time when I was there, the city was young. No.
So do you mean that, I mean, after when democracy came and militaries were removed?
Progressively.
Yeah.
Yeah, then, but I think that is one reason, maybe.
Yeah. And you mean that the city has become more and more dangerous?
Yeah.
And do you think, I mean, does it have anything to do with immigration, for example?
Maybe. But not the principal reasons.
No?
No, it's more systematic issue or problem.
Drugs?
Of course, the drugs were very common in Arica. Very, very common. cocaine, principally.
Yeah.
Due to its front border city.
Okay. And
With connection with Peru and Bolivia. Yeah.
Near cocaine producers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this aspect do not generate a dangerous environment. It's weird, no?
No.
No.
So it's not, drugs is not the problem then?
Until now.
Drugs has not been a problem until now. And what is the problem now?
I don't know, maybe the less cop control.
Control.
The less control, cop control.
Less control of the police?
Yeah.
Okay. So you wouldn't recommend traveling to Arica on holidays?
No, not much.
No?
Mm.
What's a pity, because it's such a, I mean, you have such beautiful beaches. I think the best beaches of the country. Yeah. Okay. So you said, well, I mean, delinquency, dangers, I mean, drugs, well, and also you said the construction of, I mean, mall, shopping center, buildings. So there is a lot of money there.
I don't know, it's but I don't know from where the money belongs to, maybe.
Comes from, where money comes from? From heaven. Okay. Let's see, what about, I mean, have you ever been to Arica? No?
No.
No, Pablo, have you ever been to Arica?
I have been there, but I didn't live there. I go as a tourist.
Yeah, you went as a tourist.
I went as a tourist, and I didn't be there for much time because I dislike the city. I doesn't feel it pretty or safe or clean. So always when I went to Arica, I prefer go to Tacna. Also, it's cheaper.
The best place of Arica is Tacna.
The best place of Arica is Tacna, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Tacna is very pretty and it's cheap, and you can eat well.
Okay. So when you went there, Pablo, you didn't stay, you were not in the city for very long. Be careful with that should be. I wasn't. No, I didn't mean.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Okay, right. Okay. Let's see, Ignacio, what's about your, thank you, Emilio and Pablo. Let's see, Ignacio, what can you say about your, what changes have you seen in your city, in your neighborhood?
Where I live is a residential area. There are always been mostly houses. But the apartment has increased since I was a child.
The number of buildings, you mean?
Yes, apartments. Departments?
No, apartments.
Apartments, yeah, okay. Also, when I was a child, there were no supermarkets nearby. We had to travel to Mall Plaza Vespucio, where now is the metro station Vicuña Maquena.
Yes. But it's a long way.
Yes, to buy in a supermarket.
Yeah.
I remember it was Montserrat.
It was one supermarket.
Yes. I think it's no more a supermarket where used to be the Montserrat.
Montserrat doesn't exist, I think, anymore.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Now there's a leader in Santa Rosa, and near of my house are Santa Isabel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. Also, I remember near of my house was built the highway Acceso Sur. And that means that always have traffic problems in general by the building of the highway. And I remember that always are more difficult for us, for who live in La Granja at that time.
Sorry, but is it more difficult now, or was it more difficult in the past?
Then.
Okay.
In the past, when the Acceso Sur was boiling, but now Acceso Sur is open. Now the traffic is better.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Acceso Sur highway was built near your house. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Two blocks.
2 blocks
of
away?
distance.
But
Yes.
don't you have any, I mean, much pollution or noise?
Yes. More pollution, more noise, and the traffic problem.
Yeah.
I remember the bulldozer threw away the small streets are near of my house.
Yeah.
One that I.
So it's not so
remember.
residential as it used to be.
Yes.
It used to be, I mean, quieter.
I think todavía still is a residential place.
Okay.
But step by step, it was more noisy, more business near. Even INACAP is built near of my house now.
Sorry, what?
Even INACAP was boiling near my house recently.
Recently. INACAP, isn't it at the entrance, I mean, Santa Rosa and Vespucio?
Yes.
At the corner?
Yes.
Near La Granja City Hall?
Yes. We call La Granja Sur. All the La Granja is both of Amerigo Vespucio.
Yeah, I think
it's under Amerigo Vespucio.
Yeah. So it has become noisier. It has become, that is something, it has become noisier. It has become more polluted also. Well, noise is a type of pollution.
But also is are more more facilities to consume.
Yeah. Okay, there are more facilities. There are more, okay, I understand what you mean. Okay, there are no facilities is not facilidades. Facilities is supermarket, for example, is a type of facility, shopping facilities.
Commodities?
Yes.
Yeah, when you talk about facilities, you talk about, for example, facilities, you can talk about shopping facilities.
Okay.
You can talk about hospitals, that is health facilities.
Yes, Hospital Padre Hurtado, when I was a child, and now exists.
Didn't exist. Yeah.
Didn't exist. Yes.
You talk about health facilities, education facilities, talking about schools, universities.
Yes.
That's the meaning of facilities. So I think what you mean, Ignacio, is that it's easier. It's easier to consume now.
Yes.
It's easier to consume. You have plenty of places to spend your money on. Okay. Okay.
When I was a child, only we both we needed one time in a month.
Once a month. We bought
once a month
what we needed.
We
bought what we needed, just what we needed. Once a month.
Once a month.
Once a
and
month.
Now we can every day go to
the supermarket.
Spend our money.
Yes. Okay, right. Okay, good. Be careful with the grammar, Ignacio. Near of my house, no. Near my house. But was built a highway. No, a highway was built. Let's see, the other way. A highway was built near my house. Yeah? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, Francisca, what's about your place in Rancagua? What can you say about the changes that there have been?
Well, I spent the most part of my childhood and adolescence in the Don Mateo neighborhood, located in the north part of Rancagua. The place used to be safe, and the most part of the neighbors were young families with little kids or not without kids. And so it was a nice place to grow up because we have a lot of friends and we used to play on the street with them. We in summer we used to ride a bicycle until midnight. Well, my mother just asked us to go by in front of the house each 15 minutes and yell, "I'm okay." So we didn't have to get off of the bike, but we have to yell because my mom was in the inside, so we yell, "Mom, I'm okay." So she knew that was me or was my brother.
Yeah.
And so it was very nice for me and my brother. But when my little sister was in the same age, the neighborhood already was changing. And So now it's not safe. It's a dangerous neighborhood. There are a lot of groups of people on the street selling drugs, and they have confrontations sometimes. If you go to that neighborhood in the night, usually you can see racing cars.
You can see what?
Race.
Car races?
Car
races, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can hear shotguns.
Okay. Shootings,
yes.
yeah?
So it's not safe, and obviously it's not the same as when I was a child. So for my parents, they moved to another. They moved to another comuna. How do you say?
You don't have that word. District would be more or less.
So they live in Machalí now.
Okay.
And it's safer, and also their friends also moved, so we don't go to that neighborhood anymore. Ever.
Okay, so there have been a lot of changes in that place.
Yes, bad changes.
Yeah, for worse.
Yes.
In Spanish we say cambiarse de casa. Me cambié a una casa nueva. Me cambié de casa. That would be the difference between the place you live and the place where you go to. How do you say that in English? Me cambié a una casa nueva.
I moved to a new house.
You move, yeah, actually move into a new house. And the opposite, I mean, me cambié.
No.
Yeah, but I left mean, I mean, it's not exactly the same idea, because I left, but my parents continued living there. I left the house. I moved out.
Moved out.
You moved out. That is, yeah. Actually, mudanza, movers company. Yeah. English is very logical. Different from Spanish, okay? Right, okay, Francisca. Let's see, Gabriela, what about you?
Well, I used to live in El Monte.
Yeah.
It's extremely quiet and security place. This still is of that way. When I moved there, we were the first family to build a house in a series of parcela, landscape, land. I don't know how to
farms. You say farms.
Farms. Yeah. So I didn't have a neighbor for a lot of years.
Yeah. So you were kind of pioneers there.
About the change in the comuna, we had when we moved in there, we had just one supermarket. San Francisco. Now it's Totus, but now they have 3.
Okay.
In the winter, we can use salamandra.
Different. Yeah.
It's different with Santiago.
Can they still use them?
¿Cómo? Yes.
Can you still use them? Yes.
Yes. Yes. I don't know if that's legal, but.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there have not been so many changes then. I mean, good changes.
Yes, but now they have a neighbor.
Okay, so there are more people there.
Yes.
More inhabitants, there are more people there, and accordingly, there are more facilities, more supermarkets.
Yes.
Probably more schools. I think. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. And do you think that there have been any bad change?
With the pandemic, the
transport?
transport?
No, I mean, changes in the area.
I mean, the problem is always the same, the transport. It's near Santiago, but you can move the easy way to there.
Yeah.
Because we need autopista.
Highway.
I don't know the name.
Highway.
Yes, yes. And for the pandemic, that service was canceled.
Okay.
And it is still of that way.
Yeah. So the problem is transport.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Gabriela, thank you. Let's see, Pablo. First time I can see you sitting at the desk. That's good.
Finally. I'm at home now, so.
What about your place?
Which is exactly the question?
The question is, I mean, where were you born?
I born in Santiago, and I always lived on the house I live now.
You were born in Santiago, sorry.
I was born in Santiago, and I lived all my life in this home on San Jose de Maipo.
San Jose de Maipo is not Santiago, no? Isn't it?
It's metropolitan region.
Ah, okay. Is it metropolitan? Yeah. Okay, so Santiago in that sense, in the metropolitan area.
In that sense.
Okay, San Jose de Maipo. Let's see, how can you describe the changes that there have been in comparison to a little boy?
In comparison to my other class or compañeros,
classmates,
in a difference of my classmates, the changes I have seen along my life on this place are not that much related to demographic reasons.
Yeah.
Are more related to climate change. Because what? The changes I have seen along my life here is when I was a child, I remember seeing the mountains around me with forest, with a pretty green forest. And now that took more brownish. Also with the diminution of precipitation, the rain diminution, it start drying out the forest, could lead to many fires. Also, other changes I feel here is when I was a child, I remember seeing many rabbits, a variety of lizards, of spiders, scorpions, and that was fun. Also, a variety of flowers on winter. Those many are loose. I didn't remember the last time I saw a scorpion or a snake. Other thing is who I loved here, it was the sound of the river, because my house is places near the river. So every night when it got silence, the only thing you could hear, it was the sound of the river. But with the diminution of rain, the river got smaller, and now it can't it can't roll the rocks to make their characteristic noise. Although change it was when, and I am grateful about it in some place that I have had the possibility to live on my childhood, was every winter I got snowstorms and my house got covered of snow. Maybe 4 or 5 times every year. Also, I was the child who got those classes canceled because it's snowing, like on cartoons. Or going to the college and have snow fights with my classmates. So I think the changes about demographic reasons aren't that significant to me in comparison of those. And some changes about demographic reasons is the streets near my house was only ground, and now some of them have concrete, no asfalto, concreto, derecho.
Okay, so in the past they used to be de tierra. Is that what you mean?
Sí, ground
dirt road. In English you say dirt road.
Dirt roads.
Dirt road. Dirt. Yes, and the difference is that they are paved roads now.
Are of concrete, not of pavement, or I don't know what is the word to pavement on English.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a supermarket really near my house, or way near than go to Puente Alto. Or the construction of homes on some places that were only farms.
Okay, Pablo. So a lot of changes there.
A lot of changes, but more climate related.
Yeah, climate related.
Climate related.
Climate. Okay, Pablo, thank you very much. Let's see some things I would like to comment in general to all of you. Be careful with the pronunciation of this word. This word is construction, not construction. Construction is a short sound. Construction, yeah? Well, this is something that I wrote. Another thing, be careful when you talk about seasons like winter, you don't say on winter or on the winter, you say in winter. In winter, in spring, you don't use the before, you say, first of all, you say in winter, in spring, in summer, in autumn. And the word the, when do you say in the winter? If you say in the winter of 1982, for example, there was heavy rain, I don't know, something like that. You are talking about a specific winter. In that case, you say in the winter of, okay? Somebody said, be careful with the word near. Near doesn't take another preposition. You say, I don't know, A is near B. It's not near of B. A is near B, okay? And this word is nearby. Pronunciation is nearby, okay? I don't know if there was something else that I would like, you would like to comment, to say, to add. As I told you at the beginning, sorry, as I told you at the beginning, the test that was scheduled for next class, the midterm test, was postponed until the 10th. I mean, 1 week, okay?
Yeah.
From the 3rd, it was supposed to be on the 3rd of May, will be on the 10th of May, yeah? So next class, we're going to practice for the midterm test, for the oral and the written. Is that okay?
Okay, Miss.
Okay.
Any questions then?
That me me puse nerviosa.
Sorry, what?
That test is like an interview, like
no.
or is it about the topic that we already.
No, you're going to talk about. I mean, you will choose a topic, and you will have to develop that topic. I will tell you. I mean, it's a question, like, for example, something similar to what you did, but you will do it. I mean, individually, not in group. Okay. So, for example, something like, how could you describe your neighborhood when you were a little boy, for example? Something like that. You have to talk for some time. Is one question. Is one question where you are supposed to develop to talk for about 3 minutes, I think. 2, I can't remember if it is 2 or 3. 3 minutes.
And then there is a writing part?
Yes, a written part. Yeah, the written part will be vocabulary, will be listening comprehension, and there will be one part that is writing, but it's not writing in the sense of, we haven't practiced how to write, so the topic will not be evaluated as writing as such. It will be grammar there, grammar and vocabulary. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Something like describe your neighborhood when you were a little boy in a written way. Yes? Do you understand it? We will practice that next class. Is that right?
Okay, Miss. Thanks.
Okay, guys. Take care of rain, if any. And see you hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Miss.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.